This is a special edition of Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn. We're going to spend some time with Sandy Robertson. She's got a book out called Why Am I Eating This? The second line is this the nourishment I need? We're going to take a look at how people eat in the United States and throughout the world. Sandy, welcome to Late Night Health.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for having me.
Do people have a good relationship with food? I want to start there, and then we're going to backtrack into you and food and your background.
That's a great question, Mark. Some people have a very good relationship with food, and others struggle with knowing not just what to eat, but how much to eat, and being tuned into their own unique body and energy system, and understanding the concept of fuel and energy, and quite simply, how much is enough and when it's time to say stop.
Let's take a look at your background. 25 years plus as a nurse.
Yes. A nurse. I have a master's degree in community health nursing. I specialized in corporate wellness and fitness and managed several corporate wellness, fitness, and hospital obesity programs, and then became interested in the mind-body connection and specialized in holistic nursing and helping people look at their health and well-being from a holistic point of view, which gives people a lot more tools, which I actually talk about in my book, the concept of nourishment and what's the best mind, body, spirit, energetic nourishment for our bodies.
Is the book a diet book or a health book?
It's not a diet book. It's really an empowerment book. And while that word is used a lot, it's empowering people to change their relationship with food, most importantly, themselves, and to look at eating as the highest form of nourishment, but also remembering there are other forms of nourishment: sleep, water, family, friends, social support, movement, meditation or prayer. So it's really all about nourishment. So the book's about self-care and self-love. Its very essence.
You just mentioned, mindfulness and spirituality. There is a connection now between brain gut health. Okay. Do people need to understand their relationship, I mean, between their brain and their gut, so that they can eat and be healthier?
Yes, there's a growing body of research. Thank you for bringing that up on the gut-brain connection and how it goes in two directions. So messages are sent from the gut to the brain when we eat certain foods. And conversely, things are going on in our head emotionally. We're stressed, upset, depressed, perhaps. Those signals go back down to the stomach and may affect our digestion. Also, the research is showing the quality of the bacteria in our gut. We all have gut bacteria, and there's good bacteria, but when it's out of balance from eating certain foods, not eating enough healthy foods, it throws the gut, it's called microbiome, out of balance. So I love it that so many people are talking about this now and the influence of the quality of our food and the makeup for our unique physiology and how it affects how we feel.
In our fast food society, and that's what we have, we want instant wealth, instant weight loss, instant fame, instant everything. We eat fast. We don't sit down at the dinner table like we used to, maybe 50 years ago. I remember when I grew up, every night we would sit down and have dinner together. People don't do that as much anymore. And that just popped into my mind. Is that an important part of eating, the community?
That's a very important part of eating because when we're distracted and in a hurry, we tend to eat faster, not pay attention to what we're eating, not be mindful that it's filling us up. And if we're in a hurry and rushed and distracted and on social media at the same time, it's easy to keep eating and eating and eating, eating many extra calories, perhaps some of them are not healthy, and not being mindful or aware that our body has had enough fuel and it's time to stop. So I agree with you and think the point about people being distracted and or multitasking, along with some fast food too often, is contributing to the obesity epidemic in this country.
You just picked my next question out. Is there are Americans fat?
Heard some data and read 60 to 75%, depending on the article, of Americans and the specific demographics are overweight. There's a growing population of children overweight. A lot has to do with people not moving as much as they need to, and exercising and being outdoors and incorporating movement into their daily life. And yes, sitting in front of computers on Zoom meetings and social media. So the combination of large size, supersized portions everywhere we go, combined with, for many people, not enough exercise, is contributing to the obesity epidemic.
You've worked with one-on-one people. You've worked with groups of people. You've managed uh, uh, the corporate wellness of a number of companies. What inspired you to write the book? Why am I eating this?
What inspired me, Mark, is realizing that most people who have challenges with their weight, know what to eat and what not to eat. They can even cite the calorie contents of foods. Many of them have been on diets and tried many different diets. So at the most basic level, they know what to eat. They're eating too much. They're eating for reasons that have nothing to do with, are they hungry or does their body need nourishment? Many are eating to self-soothe, for emotional comfort. We all do it now and then, but when people are overeating every day to numb feelings, to self-soothe, to serve as entertainment, that can contribute to them being overweight. And when those behaviors are ingrained over many years, I've witnessed with thousands of people, it takes a lot of behavioral changes, awareness, working with a therapist, a counselor, a health coach, for them to really tune into some of these behavioral steps that need to change as they approach food, how they look at food, how they think about food, and the basic question of how much is enough for me.
You said something before we started recording that's popped out. You said that many people who are overweight actually eat healthy food. They know the calories, like you just said. They know the fat content. They know all that. They just overeat, and eating is comfort. I mean, there's no doubt about it, right? But they overeat. How do they stop that?
There are many great behavioral tools. I talk about them in my book. Mindful eating is one, where, first of all, you have the right amount of food for you, just enough. And for example, the average adult woman around, again, being general, 1,200 calories a day is enough, someone trying to lose weight. For the average adult man, depending on how much he exercises, 1,800 calories a day. And having that on the plate, being thankful for that food, eating slowly, chewing, thinking about it with appreciation, being grateful. Most of all, timing is so important. There's a section in my book, Timing is Everything. It takes 20 minutes for the message to reach the brain that we've had enough. A lot of people eat a meal in 5 or 10 minutes and think they're still hungry. It's because the message hasn't gotten to the brain. So all of this awareness can help people. Second, working with a therapist, getting psychological support if needed, if there are deep emotional reasons why someone's overeating. Next, a thorough assessment, intake, labs, metabolic assessment by a doctor. a licensed doctor to see if something may be off with the metabolism. So it's all very important. Everyone's different. But for many people, yes, they're unaware of the calorie content of even good food. I mean, fruit, for an example, and portion sizes. 4 ounces of proteins recommended. A lot of people eat 2 or 3 times that, especially when dining out. So awareness is one of the main steps I talk about.
So the restaurant industry is saying, here's a porterhouse steak that's, I don't know how many calories or how much that weighs, maybe it could be almost a pound of meat. I couldn't get through that in a single setting. That's at least 2, maybe 3 meals for me personally. But people consume that much, don't they?
They consume that, and then it's all the things that go with it at a restaurant meal, the chips or the bread and butter, the French fries, the potato, the all the extras, the salad dressing. So a meal at a restaurant might be 2 or 3 thousand calories. And that's one meal. Back to if someone is trying to stay, this again, an average around 1,500 calories a day, depending on how much they exercise. That's way, way, way beyond that. So being able to be mindful and deliberate, even when eating out, and just eating some of it, enjoy it, taste it. It's all good, all of it. And then taking home the leftovers and
We
having
had,
2 or 3 more meals to enjoy later in the week.
you and I had lunch not long ago. We both had leftovers. No, let me rephrase that. I finished, you had leftovers. You've trained yourself. You stopped at a certain point. You also ordered something that was relatively low in calories. Is that what people should do? In other words, they go to a restaurant or they're at home and it can be something delicious, but maybe more nutritious. You and I had had Korean food, and that's normally low in calories, high in nutrition, from my standpoint, anyway.
That was a fun meal. And that's an example actually of mindful eating. First, engaging with the colors of the food, the textures, the amount, and mindfully choosing carefully what nourishment does my body need right now. So listeners can ask what protein would be helpful, some vegetables, some broth, some soup. Soup fills us up while engaging in conversation with someone else. That's all part of mindful eating. So for everyone, and I talk about this in my book, taking these steps and thoughtfully approaching food and thinking about it. It is a retraining of our mind. It is a retraining to stop and pause and contemplate this nourishment in front of us and to ask ourselves, what's the best nourishment? What's the best fuel for me right now? And when eating slower, it's possible to tune in then to when we've had enough. So that's a message that I keep emphasizing because I've seen people I've counseled struggle with that. They know they overeat and they eat too fast. So many people say that I eat too fast, I eat too fast. When they slow down and focus on chewing, for example, really tasting, savoring, and chewing, they realize it's much easier to stop and to be aware of that signal. Oh, my stomach has had enough. I can stop now. It's okay.
During COVID, a lot of people lost their sense of smell and taste because of COVID. And as we grow older, I had an aunt who had no sense of smell or taste. Um, do you eat less when that happens, or do you eat more?
Many people eat less because smell and taste are what entice us to eat, and it tastes so good we want to eat more. So, yes, when people lose their appetite, they frequently eat less. And if people are eating for reasons separate from appetite, as we were talking before about self-soothing and or possibly to numb feelings, they may keep eating the same amounts as before out of habit. So it depends on the person and their unique physiology and mind, body, emotional makeup.
which is what your book is about. Um, I was thinking about carbs. They push cereal, for example, in the morning. You know, have something that goes snap, crackle, pop. You know what I'm talking about. And cornflakes and squares and whatever it might be. I find personally that these kinds of carbs go right through me so that in 2 hours I'm hungry again. Can you explain that? Am I wrong?
Carbs can be good for us, and our body needs them. And the recommendation is eating them in the purest form possible. So fruits, the whole fruit, grains, the whole grains. Many carbs in the grocery store, crackers, cereal, etc., have been processed and have sugar in them and some oils and other additives. They're not in their purest form. So people aren't getting the fiber and the nutrients. Cereal can be wonderful and delicious, and it can have, as I said, been processed, have sugar added. So I encourage your listeners, Mark, to read the labels, be aware of a serving size, a portion of cereal versus a portion of cereal. And someone could say, well, I just had a bowl of cereal for breakfast. Look again at the ingredients, read the label. Notice what the first two ingredients are. Something like steel cut oatmeal, if people can eat that grain, is in its purest form. So I encourage everyone to read the labels.
I read the labels and I found a cereal that I really like that has no added sugar, and it's really, really, really terrific. Again, do carbs burn faster than, say, protein?
It depends on people's metabolism,
Ah,
depends on everyone's metabolism. Our bodies need carbohydrates for energy. Our bodies need carbs, protein, fats, and in balance. And it also depends on how much exercise people are getting every day, how many carbs are too many carbs. So I encourage people to talk to their doctor and or a dietitian about what's best for their metabolism at this point in their life. As we age, for some people, they're digesting carbs differently. That can contribute to some blood lab values going up, like someone's hemoglobin A1C.
let's talk about exercise. You think about it. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to jump on a treadmill. I'm going to walk, run just for an hour, and it counts the calories. Now, it's not exact, but after that hour and you're sweating, you can barely stand up. You've burned maybe 150 calories. That's not a lot of calorie burning, is it?
That's a great point. That people assume they've exercised for 30 minutes or an hour, they can then eat whatever they want all during the day. It depends on the speed, the level of intensity, and their physiology. I read once where walking a mile, the average person burns 80 calories. A hard boiled egg is 80 calories. I've had friends who've done marathons and lost weight, but then afterward, they went back to eating way too many calories for the amount of exercise they were getting in their regular everyday routine. So I don't think everyone has to count calories, but I think calorie awareness is very important, and exercise awareness, the reality, like you gave a great example of how many calories they're really burning. For some people, having a pedometer and just noting how many steps they're walking a day is helpful. 8 to 10,000 steps a day, for example, is great for everyone, unless doctor has recommended otherwise.
I was at a convention doing not long ago, several conventions, and I was really proud of myself because I was doing 12,000 steps a day. And then I came back home and I'm half that. So I have to, you have to pick up the steps, so to speak, to make that work for you. And exercise doesn't necessarily mean losing weight, does it?
Not at all. Exercise is good for our circulatory system, our brain, our endocrine system. There's a fascinating book. There have been articles about the blue zones of the world, where cultures ate very healthy food, its most natural form, and they incorporated exercise into their daily routines, shepherds and walking, and they didn't have cars available. In many countries, people walk a lot. They're not going to the gym. They're incorporating movement and exercise. So, as I said, exercise is good for our whole body and our brain. And people forget that exercise helps promote oxygen going to the brain and helping us think better. And sometimes mid-afternoon slump, we think we need a snack. Actually going outside for 5 minutes and breathing and taking even a 5-minute walk can be very helpful.
We're just about out of time, and I want to ask one last question, and that is, do you think America in general is healthy?
I think America is healthy, and I think America can be healthier by tuning into their unique bodies and paying attention to what their body needs for their age, metabolism, medical situation, compared to what's on social media and what's trending as what to eat or the latest diet. So I think we're very lucky in this country to have so much information and knowledge, and people can fine tune their own nourishment, as I talk about in my book.
And remember, diet is a four-letter word, right? The name of the book is Why Am I Eating This? Is This the Nourishment I Need? I want to, we've had throughout our time together, your website has been up, and that's energyworkswisdom.com. You have some special offers for people watching.
Yes, thank you, Mark. When people go to my website, there's a complimentary excerpt of my new book, the meaty, exciting information about nourishment, self-care, and self-love. Also, I'm offering for your listeners a free 20-minute consultation with me about how they might want to start tuning in to shifting some of their habits and self-care and nourishment. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Sandy, will you come back?
Absolutely, I'd love to. Thank you. This is a hot topic, and I love talking to you about it.
All right, thank you. Our guest has been Sandy Robertson. I'm holding the book now. Why am I eating this? Is this the nourishment I need? For Late Night Health, I'm Mark Alyn, along with Sandy Robertson. Thank you for watching.